Earlier this year, rumors began to circulate about the Sony A7C II. And while it's all but confirmed to be coming later this year, we now have new rumors about another Sony camera being announced around the same time as the Sony A7C II. You may remember that I made a video talking about what I wanted to see from the A7C II. And while it's expected to be just an A7 IV inside of a smaller, more compact body just like the A7C is to the A7 III, I wanted more than just that. The A7C is my favorite camera, but there's a lot of things about it that prevent it from being my dream camera. But now Sony Alpha Rumors is reporting that alongside the launch of the A7C II, that there's going to be an additional full-frame Sony E-mount camera coming. While they did not give too many details up front about the camera, they did say it will be a higher resolution camera, unlike anything Sony has released before, so there is no predecessor to this camera. It is something completely new. I was trying to think about what it could be. We already have the A7R5, and we're definitely not getting an A7R6 because the A7R5 has been out for less than a year at this point. It's definitely not an A1 II, so I was trying to think about what it could possibly be if there's no predecessor to this camera. I think that narrows it down to two possible options. Back in 2015, we got the RX1R2, which was basically a rehoused Sony A7R2 in a smaller body with a fixed lens. It's very similar to what you get from the Leica Q2 or Q3 or the X100V. So I suspect it could be something similar to that, but different enough that they give it its own name, and not the RX1R3. But I have a hunch that if they are launching this alongside the A7C II, it could be the A7RC. So let me just be clear, this is pure speculation right now. I think it would make a lot of sense for Sony to release two of these A7C style cameras at the same time, because you can have the normal A7C II, which could be marketed more toward the hybrid shooter, but then you will have the A7RC, which will be marketed more so toward just the photographer, because Sony knows there is a market. They have analysts, people that are paying attention and seeing what is popular right now, which is the Leica Q2, Q3, the X100 series. People like these rangefinder style cameras. I've also seen videos online, although I haven't seen any sources to really back them up, saying that the A7C II will actually have a 24 megapixel sensor rather than 33, like the A7 IV. While I don't think the difference in terms of megapixels that 33 is compared to 24, the one noticeable difference you will get is low light performance, which may be something they are looking for in the A7C II. So if they launched one A7C with 24 megapixels and then another one with 40 to 60 megapixels, I think that would make a lot of sense. Either way, I could be completely wrong on my prediction, but we do know there is a new high-resolution camera coming soon from Sony this fall. Now, given that my channel is primarily focused on Sony A7C content, I am not sponsored by Sony, they do not send me cameras, so I probably will not be able to afford to buy both of them. So which one would I choose? Personally, I don't think I would have any reason to buy the normal A7C II if they're releasing an A7RC. Because I already have an A7C, I have an A7 IV, and I have an FX3, so I have all of those bases covered, but the one thing I don't have covered is a high-resolution camera. Something along the lines of 62 to 63 megapixels. And then you can factor in that I don't even use my A7C for video, I only use it for photos. So I think it just makes sense. My one stipulation on whether I would buy the A7RC or not, and it's really just me being a little nitpicky, is if they offer both a black and a silver model. The thing that made the A7C appeal to me so much in the first place is the silver. So I guess we will just have to wait and see what happens. Either way, I think this is really exciting news for the A7C. Because the one thing I hate the most about the original A7C is probably the menu system, so I can't wait to have an updated model with that. If you want to know what else is possibly coming with the new A7C, I have multiple videos on my channel which will fill you in and keep you up to date with all of the information that we know so far. And as always, I will make new videos updating you guys on what is possibly coming next. And even if this new high-resolution camera is not an A7RC, I think it's going to be really exciting what Sony does. It's always exciting when Sony offers a new camera that is a fresh take. But thanks for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to help support me so I can continue growing and reaching a larger audience, and go out and shoot.